You may have heard of a car called the Tesla Model Y. It is the 4th best-selling car in America and the #1 selling electric car on planet Earth. It's got great tech and a phenomenal charging system. A lot of cars have tried to dethrone the Tesla. Very few have succeeded. But today, I think I finally found a car that could dethrone the Tesla Model Y. And it starts at just under $35,000. This is the Chevy Equinox CHEVY, and today we're going to find out if it's better than a Tesla. So I think we need to start with the obvious. Why would you ever buy a Chevy over the best-selling EV on planet Earth? Well, it's simple. You get a much better car for the money, plus the car is backed by that Chevy reliability that we all know and love. And before you roast me in the comments, we have to talk about this interior because I think that's where this car shines. This car is really nice, especially our Tesla model. It's got plush, heated and cooled leather seats with this cool like texture up here and really nice stitching. Really nice job. It gives off a lot of American vibes on this car. Plus, you get this ginormous touchscreen display in the center that is crazy responsive. I mean, look how quick that is. Listen, no Apple CarPlay, which kind of sucks, but I almost don't care because it has built-in Google. Hey Google, find me the nearest Starbucks. That's really not bad. And because it has built-in Google up there, you could actually put your Google Maps up here on this display here. So how I've been driving around is you have, say, your media up here. You can even do Waze or anything like that. And then I have my navigation up here. That's pretty cool. It could get up to 300 horsepower with the right trim. And with the right trim, you could get over 300 miles of range, which is really cool. 70 extra miles in 10 minutes. You could use, with the right adapter, the Tesla supercharger. That's a game changer in my mind because the biggest downfall of EVs is the charging network. But Tesla has it figured out. That's why, in my opinion, it's the #1 selling EV in the world because of the network. And the fact that this car could tap into that network, honestly, I think is a game changer. Driving the Chevy Equinox EV, AKA the Tesla killer. Tesla killer. So, remember how the Cadillac Lyriq was like the best riding car we've ever been in, other than a Maybach? Yes. Dude, this kind of rides almost the same. It's not as plush, but it's sure giving me the vibe. If I close my eyes, I might feel like I'm in that Cadillac Lyriq. Honestly, like, even the Tesla competitors don't ride this nice. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this car rides. It's very plush. Yeah. The steering. Some might like it. It's got a very long, slow steering rack. Like, very little input. I would say it's very sensitive. It's not Tesla's steering, or if you've ever driven like a Porsche or a BMW, it's like the opposite. Right. I like it when I'm around town. When I'm not around town, I'm on the highway or some twisty back roads. I don't know, I feel like I'm doing this too much. Right. Does it change at all when you put it in sport mode? Or? Yeah, when you put it in sport mode, it changes a little bit, but then your range goes down because, well, you're in sport mode. Right. Although I would say it's got some pretty decent power. For 2025, it'll make up to 300 horsepower, but the way it accelerates, it'll climb speed, it'll get up there. It's got a little pep in its step. But it's not that snap in the neck that, say, a Tesla or a lot of the other electric cars are. You're never going to have that wow factor that I think a lot of people who have never been in a car with a lot of horsepower, and they get that feeling when they first hop into a Tesla of, oh my God, this is so fast. You're not getting that here. It's more tame when it accelerates.
Do you think that someone like our parents, right? Like if our mom got into this and felt that, do you think they'd feel a little bit wow factor? I think they would.
Yeah, I think they would too.
A little bit. You know, someone like us that's used to higher horsepower cars, I don't think, it's not going to impress us too much. Even, a Tesla Model Y Performance is going to give us, some sort of smile on our face. But
this is true.
This is true. If my dad or my mom got into this and you just floor it off the go, they would still be impressed.
They definitely would.
I'll give it that.
I think this is the perfect car if you've never experienced electric cars and you're on the fence. Should I go Tesla or should I go something else? I think this is the perfect car to drive because you are getting to experience everything that electric car owners rave about.
Yeah.
It's not just the build quality or the efficiency. You are getting a lot of nice things that normally for 35 grand you wouldn't find in any other car.
Yeah.
I think that's really where Tesla and a lot of these competitors shine, is EVs come pretty loaded with a lot of cool stuff that if you were to go to, say, a regular engine car, you would get those weird rattles and shakes and noises because it was built cheaper for a lower price point.
Yeah, because
you're getting a lot with electric cars because they're more competitive.
Yeah, and they don't have to, there's not much mechanics going on inside them. You don't have to replace the alternator. You don't have to replace anything up. It's a lot cheaper to maintain these electric cars. You'll even hear with Tesla owners, they don't go through a set of brakes in like 4 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy because they have regenerative braking. Speaking of which, does this have that?
It does. It has this cool feature. So I could actually turn on and off the regenerative braking. So right now my foot is off the brake. Put it on the gas, you really accelerate, and then I just let my foot off the gas and it starts coasting to a stop, recharging the battery. Now, if I didn't like it, I could turn it off, let my foot off the brake, or the gas, and it acts like a normal car. I like that a lot.
I do too.
Because I'm not a fan of regenerative braking, but a lot of people are, and that's a big reason why they buy these cars.
Yeah. The fact that you get a lot of standard features on this car that you would have to option for in any other, ICE vehicle, that just blows it out of the water, because you could walk out of the dealership spending $35,000 and get everything, or most of the things that we have here in this car, including 300 plus miles of range and the ability to hack or tap into Tesla supercharging network, which is the biggest gripe that anyone has with the EV market.
Wait a minute. Did Chevy just make a car to kill the Tesla?
Oh yeah.
And I think a crazy feature that nobody's talking about is Super Cruise, which is legal hands-free driving. 100% legal, plus it'll actually change lanes for you. The only gripe, it's highway only, and...
Oh, so you can't do it right here?
Nah, you can't do it right here, unlike a Tesla, but it's still kind of wonky with Tesla. And we learned that it drives like a 80-year-old woman anyways. Okay. So I don't know if autopilot is actually better than Super Cruise, but hey, it's really cool that it has it.
Right.
All right, so the numbers don't lie. This is actually probably the best reason to buy this car. You ready for this?
Yeah.
This particular model, because it has all-wheel drive and it's the top trim, gets 285 miles of range.
Okay.
However, if you get the front wheel drive, it has 319 miles of range. It could get up to 300 horsepower. This car has fast charging, 150 kilowatts, 77 miles of range in 10 minutes. Plus, with the right adapter, you could put this thing on a Tesla charger. So, isn't that the #1 reason people buy Teslas?
Yeah. That's
because
the #1 reason people don't like the Tesla infrastructure.
Well, no, I like the Tesla
EV infrastructure.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
This our #1 gripe. Every time we've had an electric car, I'm either charging it at a client or I'm charging it at a charging station at like the mall. And it's not the car's fault.
Exactly.
It's the infrastructure's fault.
Right.
So the good infrastructure is Tesla. And the fact that with the right adapter, you could plug this into a Tesla supercharger.
Yeah.
And you could get 315 miles of range.
Do you get 315 miles of range throughout all the models of the Equinox, or is that just the model that we have here?
No, this one is more like 288.
Oh.
Although, when we got in the car today, and it had 100% battery, It did say 319 miles of range.
Indeed it did. What are we at now? 270 something?
Something.
Yeah.
We've driven the car for an hour and a half today.
Yeah, hour and a half straight. It's doing pretty well. Yeah. I think
That's a pretty big reason to buy this car.
absolutely. The fact that you get 300 horsepower, you get the reliability of Chevrolet, and you get the Tesla reliability of their supercharger network.
But the best part,
Oh yeah, that's right.
the build quality.
Nice.
Come on, it's American made.
Yeah.
It's probably the best.
Yeah. I love the carbon fiber little accents you get on the front bumper, even though
Oh, it's gorgeous
it might not be
looking.
real carbon.
It's gorgeous.
Looks amazing.
Stop, tell me this doesn't look like a Chevy Camaro.
Yeah. It's an EV Camaro that was just blown up a little bit.
Like a true American.
Exactly. They put a lot of luxurious features into this car. Super Cruise, leather seats, heated and cooled front seats, I might add, huge screen. Everything I just named, Tesla does not have. At this starting price, you can't get that in a Tesla.
No.
There's stuff in the interior. Tesla, you got nothing. For this, I mean, you wouldn't even know that's an EV. It just doesn't make noise. It acts like a totally normal car, and you could charge it at Wawa. Just realized we weren't recording. No, I'm kidding.
Shut the